Hi there. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the other partner. If you're a twin flame, then you're a master manifester, and you've been doing it unconsciously for most of your life, probably, if you've been unconscious. And there's a good chance that you've already manifested your union. But if you're not fully integrated with yourself, then it's not going to look like that to you. People get really upset over this, and I got really upset over it at one point, and now it's a little bit funny. If there's like a splintered aspect of you, so an aspect of you that's not with the other half for whatever reason, for example, personally, I believe that I can't really remember exactly what happened, but I feel like it's a little bit like the chicken and the egg. I'm not really sure whether I split off from self or my parents got divorced, which then caused that, but there was a deep sense of rejection of my masculine within my family. Like, they couldn't accept me being like my dad. So like I said, I'm not really sure what part came first, whether I like split off from that trying to be approved of and accepted, or if that happened as a byproduct of that separation externally, because I believe I'm like the daughter of a twin flame couple as well. I don't know if that's true for all twin flames that are here, if their parents were twin flames as well, but I believe that I was, and their separation threw me out of balance, basically. However, that aside, I've been separate because it's kind of an illusion, but to some extent separate from my masculine for many years, and but I've been connected to someone, and my twin has been connected to someone since we met, / we were already connected to this person before we met. And it's like that, it's like in our manifestation process we have magnetized to each other, but only magnetized the aspect that's still with the other one. Does that make sense? So it's like, to be with your twin, you have to be fully embodied. So it's my like embodied state that was magnetized to him, and his embodied state that was magnetized to me. So this is what I meant in the past video as well, how it's, these other people aren't necessarily wrong, they're an aspect of that divinity, but until you're fully integrated, it's going to look like they're another person. But you're trying to unify yourself, and your twin's trying to unify themselves. So by being connected to this other person, it's helping you to reconnect to self. So you want to get the masculine all together as one man, and the feminine all together as one like human woman. So as one physical embodiment of the soul. And yeah, so that's what you're trying to do. And basically, the more that you pull back your essence into self, the more that you're going to detach your twin from this other person, because you're going to pull that part of you back into self. Does that make sense? So they're gonna, I want to say disappear, but when you say disappear, it's like people freak out because they're like, oh, but we're all like separate human people, and we're like how is that possible that someone can disappear? But it's, in truth, we're all manifested energy. The physical is a lower density manifestation of energy. You came into being as a manifestation of energy in physical form. So these other fragments, these other people have never actually been separate to you as a separate body. But if your bodily template is not unified, then that's what it's going to look like. Do you understand? It's going to look like they're a separate person. But as I've said before, like, once you fully integrate, try and get yourself and the partner of your twin in the same room together as separate people. I bet you can. You will only be able to do that when you're not unified. When you are separate from that aspect, you will be able to do that because you're on different frequencies. But when you match the frequency of that other person, or when you disconnect from the lower frequency, because there's a good chance that one of you is connected to a lower aspect and the other one is connected to a higher aspect. So you'll probably find when you meet your twin that, just for point of explanation, that they've been on a higher level than what you are in some respects, or that you've been on a higher level than what they are, and you will have connected with your equal on that level. So say you connected with, like, say if you're on 3D, then you might have connected with the 3D aspect of them, and if they're on 5D, then they've connected with the 5D aspect of you, so that the 3D and 5D aspects can merge into the one person for both of you. Yeah? And yeah, so the more that they pull that essence back, or the more that you pull that essence back, the more you'll allow them to disconnect from this other person. Like, people don't realise their power in being able to divorce the other person. And it's funny because my twin said to me at one point, he's like, I'm not afraid of us getting divorced. And at the time I was like, I'm sorry, what now? I don't understand. Because I was like, why would you want to divorce the person that you want to be with? Or why would you be saying that ahead of time, at least? Like, but now I understand that he knew the more that I pulled that aspect of me back into me, the more that I was going to pull her away from him, / I was going to become closer to him as the same person as her. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm seeing happen on his side. The more he's pulling back that aspect that I've been connected to, the more I'm able to disconnect from him, the more I'm able to move myself away and be that separate pillar again, rather than codependently entangled with this other person. But we needed each other to help, like, help each other do that. Yeah? So yeah, so stop freaking out over this other person. It'll all become clear. And this is also maybe a light bulb as to why this other person looks like you, because they are you, but you're not recognising yourself potentially, because that part has been separate from the rest of you for some time. So yeah. So I hope this helped, and I'll speak to you again soon.